Hello, welcome to another Breakout Stocks and Shares Watchlist video, where I run through today's most interesting stock charts in the US stock market that are setting up to potentially break out or have recently broken out already, and so might be worth watching for the next pullback of consolidation. Obviously, all stock charts and ideas presented are for educational purposes only, so always do your own research before making any trades. If you like what you see today, please make sure you click on the like button below because it helps get the page noticed and on the YouTube algorithms, and the more people see it, the more likely I am to obviously be able to produce it on a more regular basis. So thank you. So moving on, let's begin tonight with mRNA. As you can see, it's a fairly recent issue since the late 2018. Its initial IPO range up here, it popped above, and it's been moved down, and it's been looking like it's basing again now in stage 1. So we've got potential for a stage 2A breakout here above, which could take it above the IPO high for the first time. So on the various primary base stocks that we were talking about yesterday in the comments section, we've got only a little bit better than average volume currently, so we'd be looking, if it does make a stage 2A breakout with a clear breakout, you'd want to see the volume go to at least 2 times volume. So if it doesn't make it this week, it could possibly break out next week, but definitely one to keep an eye on. Okay, next we have MRVL, which is making a continuation breakout attempt today. So it's this classic trader method entry point on Stan Weinstein's method, where it's had a strong stage 2 move, it's consolidated around the 30-week moving average, which is still rising, and it's popping to attempt to make a new high today. So with some stronger weekly volume here, and relative performance still above the rising zero line. So next we've got RUHN, which again is another stage 1 base here in a recent IPO issue. It's basically, the breakout attempt is underway, but it's not showing the kind of strong volume we want to see yet, and although it is above obviously the initial stage 1 range highs, so we could get a stage 2A breakout on this. Next, GH. This was a big mover last year after its IPO. It literally quadrupled in price in very short order in 4 or 5 months before then ground out and didn't make it any further and pulled back heavily, over 50% of its where it made it to. So it's now made it back above the 30-week MA again this week, and it's getting back above this recent range. So if I zoom in a bit on the daily, give a clearer picture, it's been grinding around the 200-day moving average, and it's above a rising 50-day moving average here. So it's got potential for a smaller breakout here earlier in, which could potentially lead on to a stage 2 move. But so it's definitely one to watch considering how much it moved last year. Next is APPN. This one's back above the 2018 highs and the still rising 30-week moving average. I'm seeing some very strong volume coming into this the last few days, as well as last week as well. So this one's got some potential. It's back. This was a big level here, so it looks like it's possibly going to go on to challenge the middle of the 2019 highs here. It could need some consolidation with such a strong move, but the volume is a very good sign, so definitely one to keep an eye on. Next is KRTX. This one had a huge gap breakout into stage 2 above its IPO high here, and it's been consolidating ever since. And this week, after rebounding off the 10-week moving average here, we've got potential stage 2 continuation attempt underway. So basically this one's got some potential. OESX, another trader method entry classic pattern. You've got a volatility type contraction pattern going on there above a rising 30-week, strongly rising 30-week moving average, and a strong stage 2 continuation breakout attempt here with some stronger volume. So with the relative strength versus the S&P 500 hitting new highs as well. So this one looks in good shape. So potential there. RADA, we highlighted this one last week. I just wanted to show it again, as obviously the volume has been quite strong, like compared to its average, so much stronger relative volume here, and it's continued to move up towards new highs again, so it's into a strong stage 2 continuation breakout there. AAXN, so this one's been consolidating near the highs recently for the last few months after popping up strongly in November time here. We're in a stage 3 sort of range here, but it's obviously consolidating near the highs, and it's very close to its 52-week or even all-time highs here. I'm not sure. Look back on the monthly. Yeah, it looks like it's the all-time highs, so that one could be potential for a stage 2 continuation attempt there. Next we got IRDM, another stage 2 continuation breakout attempt. Hasn't quite made it above the early 2019 highs yet, but it did pop above the, what's that, September high here today, although it pulled back close to it near the close, but the diagonal trend line here, it's closed above that, so potential for a stage 2 continuation breakout. Next, this was ADP. This was presented to me by one of the members on the stageanalysis.net forum today, and it's got a cup and handle type pattern here going on, potential for a stage 2 continuation attempt. As you can see, since September we've got a cup and handle pattern with a little pop higher today, so that one's making a stage 2 continuation attempt. Next we've got ARMK, another one I highlighted last week. Just wanted to refresh the memory on this one because it's continued this week and making the stage 2 continuation breakout attempt that we were looking for. Next, EXPO, again highlighted last week. It's popped towards the highs here, as you can see. We've got a strong cup and handle type pattern, and it's attempting to move to new highs here, but no actual volume coming into it. So whether it'll make it or not is debatable, but we will see. FBIO, this one here is making a stage 2 breakout attempt. You could argue it's already in stage 2 from this breakout here above that lower high, because obviously this is the older resistance, but either way it's making a breakout attempt, so it doesn't really matter. It's a single digit midget, so we've got a little bit stronger volume coming in, but not setting the world alight with the amount of volume there, so could be better. LLNW, this one's been highlighted a few times. I just wanted to refresh the memory on it again because it's had a very strong week, moving up almost 17% this week since it was highlighted last week, so we've got a very strong stage 2 continuation breakout underway there. And WEX, again this was highlighted by a member on my forum, stageanalysis.net forum, so this is a stage 2 continuation breakout attempt. Zooming on the daily, it's moved up consistently since early December and made a breakout to new highs here. Again, nothing in the way of volume, so this one could need to pull back or consolidate for a while. And final one tonight, we've got FUTU, which is in stage 1 currently. It's a recent issue from earlier in 2019, which, like a lot of IPOs, popped up and fell down heavily, but it's been basing sideways since then, and you can see the 30-week moving average has started to turn up, and we had a strong pop with some heavier volume this week, so it's moved back towards the top of the stage 1 range here, so we've got potential for a stage 2A breakout attempt. Relative performance is too young here to actually see how it's performing there, but you can see it's been fairly flat since June, so as you can see we've got, basically this is a stage 1 stock, so you could get a stage 2A breakout attempt in the next week or so. So okay, I think that's a lot for tonight. So if you want to, please, as I said before, please make sure you press the like button, it's down here somewhere. to make sure that the YouTube algorithm sees these videos, and I will see you on the next one.